In other news today, a man fell into a pool of water and came out unharmed. Doesn't sound much like news, does it? Well, the only reason it is news is that it happened at a nuclear power facility. A contractor at the Palisades Nuclear Plant in Michigan fell into the water of a reactor cavity. The man was wearing all of the required personal protective equipment, including a life vest. I say the man. Writing this is difficult, because nuclear facilities are extremely conservative about personal information getting into incident reports, so we don't know anything about the contractor's gender or pronouns. So pardon me if I stick to he/him just to make this story less awkward to read. Not trying to be ideological here, just make things easier, but with the disclaimer that we don't actually know the person's gender. Anyway, radiation personnel pulled the man from the water and proceeded with decontamination procedures. Holtec International Senior Manager Nick Culp said, quote, "The worker was promptly assisted from the water, evaluated, monitored, and decontaminated for removable contamination in accordance with established industry standards and safety procedures. Radiological assessments are ongoing and are expected to confirm exposure well below regulatory and administrative dose limits. The U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission was properly notified, and a review of human performance factors contributing to the incident is underway." Holtec has been working to start the plant back up and became the first decommissioned nuclear power plant to restart in the United States on August 27. But in order to start generating power again, they needed to take delivery of 68 fuel assemblies, which they did on October 21. It was during this refueling that the worker fell into the pool. He was taken for medical attention with minor injuries, but the real question is, how much radiation did he soak up? Is he going to be glowing green? The official count of the radiation he received is 300 counts per minute. Oh my God, 300 per minute? That's a lot, isn't it? It sounds like a lot. 300 counts per minute is 5 becquerels, or 1/740 millionths of a curie. Aren't units fun? It was basically nothing. He's not going to notice. In fact, he's already returned to work. Those 300 counts are probably from beta emitters from corrosion products, not high-energy gamma particles or fast neutrons or isotopes like cesium or iodine. He might also have ingested small amounts of tritium from the water, but there's never been a single documented case of humans being harmed by tritium. The 300 counts per minute comes from contamination that was easily washed off in a nuclear shower. That's basically a trace amount, and it wasn't on him for very long. In fact, even as conservative as the regulations are, contamination actions don't kick in until you get above 1,000 CPM. Nuclear regulations around the world use the bogus pseudoscience known as the linear no-threshold model. That assumes that any additional radiation exposure increases your risk of cancer. That includes every banana you eat and every family member you hug. The truth, of course, is that small amounts of radiation aren't going to harm you. Yes, any amount of radiation can damage the DNA in a cell, but your body can easily repair it. That's why they wait a week or two between radiation treatments, to give the patient's cells a chance to repair, which they will do. It's only when the radiation is above a certain threshold that the damage occurs too fast for your body to fix. So it's pseudoscience, but at least it errs on the side of being safe. So the worker will be fine. As for the reactor itself, so far it doesn't look as if this will delay the restart. The NRC will review the incident, but unless they see a safety red flag, they're unlikely to halt the restart. So if anything, let this be a testament to the safety of nuclear power. This is viewed by the industry as a major incident, and yet the worker is unharmed, and so is the reactor. That wouldn't be the case if he were installing solar panels and fell off the roof.